Number 1. This 1933 Ford Coupe, currently listed at $65,000 in White Plains, Maryland, is a high-performance street rod built on one of the most iconic pre-war Ford body styles, combining a lightweight Downs body with modern drivetrain and suspension upgrades designed for serious power and drivability. According to the seller, this build is powered by a 406 cubic inch engine from Skip White Performance, which has been dyno tested at approximately 530 horsepower. That level of output places this car firmly in the high-performance hot rod category rather than a mild cruiser. The engine is paired with a 700R4 automatic transmission, a popular overdrive unit that helps make high-horsepower builds more usable on the highway while still delivering strong acceleration. In my opinion, one of the most significant aspects of this car is the balance between raw power and modern drivability components. While the horsepower figure alone is impressive, what makes this build more usable is the supporting hardware underneath. It features a Mustang 2-style front suspension, rack and pinion steering, coilover shocks, and disc brakes, all of which are essential upgrades when dealing with a car that produces this level of performance. The seller also notes the use of a Downs body, which is a fiberglass reproduction of the classic 1933 Ford Coupe. While it is not an original steel body, Downs bodies are widely respected in the hot rod community for their quality fit and reduced weight, which helps improve performance and handling when paired with a powerful engine like this one. Additional components include a locker shifter and a fully modernized chassis setup, which suggests that the focus of this build is on driving experience and reliability rather than strict originality. This is typical of high-end street rods, where performance, safety, and comfort are prioritized over factory authenticity. Personally, I think the 1933 Ford Coupe remains one of the most desirable hot rod platforms ever produced. Its proportions, roofline, and overall stance have made it a favorite for decades, and it continues to be a benchmark design in the custom car world. When paired with over 500 horsepower and a properly engineered suspension system, it becomes a car that is not just visually striking, but also genuinely fast and capable on modern roads. For enthusiasts looking for a well-built, high-powered traditional-style hot rod with modern engineering underneath, this example offers a strong package. At $65,000, it reflects the cost of a professionally built performance coupe that is designed to deliver both show-quality appearance and serious on-road performance. Number 2. In my opinion, this 1936 Ford sedan, currently listed at $35,000 in Campbellsville, Kentucky, is a high-quality, freshly completed street rod build that emphasizes modern drivability, comfort, and show-level presentation while still retaining the classic pre-war Ford character. According to the seller, this is a brand new build where essentially every component has been replaced or upgraded. The car is powered by a 350 Chevrolet V8 engine with a performance camshaft paired with an overdrive transmission. This combination is a very common and effective setup in the street rod world, offering strong reliability, good highway cruising capability, and significantly improved performance compared to the original drivetrain. From my perspective, one of the most impressive aspects of this build is the extensive list of modern upgrades. The vehicle is equipped with power steering, power brakes, and power windows, along with a full vintage air heating and air conditioning system. These features transform what would normally be a raw, mechanical 1930s driving experience into something far more comfortable and user-friendly for today's roads. The seller also notes that the car is built on a full Fatman chassis system from front to back. This is an important detail, as aftermarket chassis systems like this are designed to improve handling, ride quality, and overall structural performance. In practical terms, it means the car is not just visually restored, but has also been engineered for modern road use and stability. Visually, the car presents a classic black exterior paired with a red interior, a color combination that has long been associated with traditional hot rod and street rod styling. The description suggests a super slick and high-end finish, indicating that attention has been paid to both fit and finish throughout the build. With only a few hundred miles since completion, it appears to be in essentially new condition. From my point of view, this type of build is aimed at buyers who want a turnkey classic that requires no additional work. Unlike original restorations or partial projects, this 1936 Ford sedan is positioned as a fully completed, ready-to-drive street rod with modern comfort features already installed and dialed in. Overall, I believe this 1936 Ford sedan represents a premium Restomod-style build with strong emphasis on usability, comfort, and presentation. With its new components throughout, upgraded chassis system, and well-balanced combination of classic styling and modern technology, it stands out as a high-end turnkey option for someone looking to enjoy a pre-war Ford without the limitations of original mechanical systems. Number 3. This 1940 Chevrolet Master, currently listed at $42,000 in Wethersfield, Connecticut, is a fully upgraded pre-war classic that has been transformed into a modern street rod, combining the timeless styling of late 1930s Chevrolet design with reliable Chevrolet small block performance and comfort-focused upgrades. According to the seller, the vehicle is powered by a 350 cubic inch Chevrolet V8 engine paired with a 700 R4 automatic transmission. In my opinion, this drivetrain combination is one of the most practical and widely respected setups in the street rod world, offering strong power delivery along with overdrive capability for relaxed highway cruising. The listing also notes a full suite of modern convenience features, including power steering, power brakes, power windows, and air conditioning. These upgrades significantly enhance drivability compared to the original factory configuration, making the car much more suitable for everyday use or long-distance touring. Inside, the car is equipped with a leather interior, which suggests a focus on comfort and a more refined driving experience. In my view, this kind of interior upgrade helps bridge the gap between vintage styling and modern luxury, giving the vehicle a more upscale feel while still maintaining its classic character. With only around 1,660 miles reported since completion, this Chevrolet appears to be a recently built or recently refreshed street rod. While mileage alone does not guarantee condition, it often indicates limited use since the build was completed, which should be a positive factor for potential buyers. What stands out to me is how balanced this build appears. It does not seem overly extreme or heavily modified beyond recognition, but instead focuses on creating a clean, usable classic with dependable mechanical components and modern comfort features integrated into a traditional body style. Overall, if the seller's description is accurate, this 1940 Chevrolet Master represents a well-executed Restomod-style street rod. It offers the classic appeal of pre-war Chevrolet design, combined with a strong V8 drivetrain and modern driving conveniences, making it an appealing option for enthusiasts who want a comfortable and reliable vintage cruiser ready for regular road use. Number 4. This 1938 Chevrolet Classic Coupe Hot Rod, currently listed at $23,500 in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, is a custom-built street rod that combines pre-war Chevrolet styling with modern GM performance components and a high-output crate engine setup. According to the seller, the vehicle is powered by a new GM 350ZZ 4 crate engine producing approximately 420 horsepower. This is paired with an automatic transmission and supported by a 10-bolt positive traction rear end, giving the car strong acceleration potential and reliable drivetrain performance. The addition of a Nova front frame further modernizes the chassis, improving handling and drivability compared to the original 1930 suspension design. In my opinion, the most impressive aspect of this build is the engine package. The ZZ4 crate motor is well known in the hot rod community for offering a strong balance of horsepower, reliability, and aftermarket support. At around 420 horsepower, it transforms this classic coupe from a vintage cruiser into a true performance-oriented street machine. The seller notes that all gauges are functional and the car runs and drives, which is an important detail for a modified classic like this. Vehicles with extensive upgrades sometimes suffer from incomplete or poorly integrated systems, but the mention of fully working gauges suggests a more carefully assembled build. The exterior is finished in orange with a brown interior, giving it a bold and traditional hot rod appearance. In my view, this color combination fits the character of a late 1930s coupe that has been transformed into a street rod, emphasizing its custom nature rather than original factory styling. Another interesting detail is the seller's pricing structure, offering the car with or without the engine. This suggests flexibility for buyers who may want to install their own powertrain or further customize the build. It also indicates that the engine itself may be considered a significant value component of the sale. From a design perspective, the 1938 Chevrolet Coupe is already a highly desirable body style among hot rod enthusiasts due to its flowing fenders and compact proportions. When combined with modern mechanical upgrades, like a Nova front clip and performance V8, it becomes a much more capable and enjoyable driving machine. Overall, if the build quality is solid, this 1938 Chevrolet Coupe hot rod appears to be a strong Restomod-style project that delivers modern performance, classic American styling, and a well-known crate engine package. It stands out as a serious street-ready hot rod that prioritizes horsepower, drivability, and custom engineering. Number 5. This 1947 Ford Custom Lead Sled two-door coupe, currently listed at $33,900 in Malone, New York, is a heavily customized post-war American classic that has been transformed into a show-style lead sled, with both visual impact and upgraded drivability. In my opinion, what makes this car stand out immediately is its strong custom identity. Unlike restored, factory-original vehicles, this Ford has been purpose-built as a stylized street and show car, reflecting the traditional lead sled culture that emphasizes smooth bodywork, lowered stance, and a bold visual presence. According to the seller, the car was previously displayed at the Detroit Autorama, which is one of the most respected custom car shows in the United States. From my perspective, that detail adds significant credibility, since vehicles featured at that level typically undergo high-quality craftsmanship and finish standards before being accepted into such events. Power comes from a 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet V8 paired with a 350 automatic transmission. This is one of the most common and reliable drivetrain combinations in the custom car world, known for its ease of maintenance and strong aftermarket support. The listing also notes that the car is drive anywhere, suggesting that it has been built not only for show purposes, but also for actual road use. The exterior is finished in a bold purple paint scheme with a white interior, giving the car a striking and highly personalized appearance. In my opinion, this color combination reinforces its identity as a show-focused custom rather than a factory restoration, designed to attract attention at events and on the road. Additional features include remote door poppers, a finished trunk, and new radial tires, all of which contribute to both convenience and drivability. From a practical standpoint, these upgrades indicate that the build has been refined for modern usability while maintaining its traditional custom styling. The seller also mentions that the vehicle recently underwent a significant price reduction from $49,900 to $33,900. In my view, this suggests motivation to sell and may present a more attractive entry point for buyers interested in a completed, show-quality lead sled. Overall, this 1947 Ford Custom Coupe represents a well-executed traditional custom build that blends classic American styling with modern V8 performance and show car presentation. At $33,900, it sits in the range of a finished, road-ready custom that offers strong visual impact, proven show history, and everyday drivability for someone who appreciates the artistry of classic lead sled culture. Number 6. This 1932 Ford three-window coupe, currently listed at $33,000 in Big Cove Tannery, Pennsylvania, is a fiberglass-bodied street rod built in the style of one of the most iconic hot rod platforms in American automotive history, combining classic 1932 Ford design cues with a dependable Chevrolet drivetrain and modern comfort features. According to the seller, this vehicle features a fiberglass body with a steel hood and is properly titled and registered as a 1932 Ford street rod in Pennsylvania. It is described as a turnkey driver, meaning it is ready to be driven immediately without requiring additional mechanical work. In my opinion, one of the most practical aspects of this build is its focus on usability. While it does not use an original steel body, fiberglass construction is extremely common in the hot rod world because it reduces weight resists rust, and simplifies maintenance. For many builders, this makes it a more accessible way to enjoy the classic 1932 Ford styling without the cost and preservation concerns of an all-steel original. The drivetrain consists of a Chevrolet 350 V8 engine paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission, a well-known and widely used combination that offers strong reliability and easy maintenance. The rear end appears to be a Ford 9-inch setup with coilover suspension, which is another popular choice in the custom car community due to its durability and aftermarket support. The front suspension uses a solid axle with wishbones, staying closer to traditional hot rod design, while the front disc brakes and rear drum brakes provide a balanced braking system for street use. Although it retains manual steering and brakes, the seller notes that the vehicle is equipped with air conditioning, power windows, and a tilt steering wheel, making it more comfortable than many traditional hot rods of its style. Inside, the car is designed for comfort and practicality, blending modern convenience features with a classic street rod layout. The overall build suggests a focus on driving enjoyment rather than strict period correctness. Personally, I think the 1932 Ford three-window coupe is one of the most legendary shapes in hot rod culture. Even in fiberglass form, it maintains the proportions and aggressive stance that made the original so desirable among builders and collectors. When combined with a reliable small-block Chevy engine and automatic transmission, it becomes a very approachable and enjoyable classic street rod. For enthusiasts looking for an affordable entry into the 1932 Ford market, this example offers a solid balance of classic styling, modern usability, and proven mechanical components. At $33,000, it represents a turnkey hot rod that can be driven and enjoyed immediately without major additional investment. Number 7. In my opinion, this 1940 Oldsmobile Series 60, currently listed at $8,000 in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, is an honest and affordable pre-war classic that offers a mix of partial restoration work, mechanical updates, and original vintage character. It is not a show-quality build, but rather a surviving antique that appears to be maintained in running, drivable condition. According to the seller, the car is a running and driving example that was partially restored in the 1980s and has been kept in usable condition since then. It shows 106,000 miles and has been recently serviced and tuned, which is a positive sign for a vehicle of this age. The listing suggests that it has survived the test of time, which in this case likely means it retains a combination of older restoration work and ongoing maintenance rather than a full modern rebuild. From my perspective, one of the most important aspects of this Oldsmobile is the list of recent mechanical updates. The seller notes new tires, a new fuel tank, new master cylinder, brake shoes, and wheel cylinders. These are critical safety-related components, and their replacement significantly improves the drivability and reliability of the vehicle compared to many unrestored classics. The addition of new carpet also indicates some effort to improve interior condition and presentation. The 1940 Oldsmobile Series 60 itself represents an important era in American automotive history, featuring pre-war styling with flowing body lines and a more substantial, upscale design compared to entry-level models of the time. While this example is not described as fully restored, it still carries the nostalgic appeal and presence that makes early Oldsmobiles desirable among vintage car enthusiasts. Mechanically, it is described as a manual transmission vehicle, which further reinforces its traditional driving experience. Cars from this period require more driver involvement and mechanical understanding compared to modern vehicles, but that is often part of their appeal for collectors who enjoy authentic vintage driving. At the current asking price of $8,000, I believe this Oldsmobile is positioned more as an entry-level classic rather than a collector-grade investment piece. It offers a relatively accessible way to own a pre-war American automobile with enough recent work completed to make it functional and enjoyable without immediate major restoration costs. Overall, I think this 1940 Oldsmobile Series 60 is best suited for someone who values originality, historical character, and affordability over perfection. It represents a usable antique vehicle that can be enjoyed as is, while still offering potential for further restoration or improvement over time. Number 8. This 1933 Ford panel truck, currently listed at $38,500 in Lebanon, Maine, is a vintage commercial-style Ford that has been professionally transformed into a fully usable street rod, blending early 1930s utility design with upgraded Chevrolet power and modern driving conveniences. According to the seller, the truck was originally built into a street rod in the 1980s and was even featured in a magazine shortly after its completion. It retains an all-steel body and fenders, which is a major advantage for collectors who prefer authentic metal construction over fiberglass reproductions. The vehicle is powered by a 350 cubic inch Chevrolet small block V8 engine equipped with Pertronix ignition, an Edelbrock carburetor, and ram horn exhaust headers feeding into a dual exhaust system. In my opinion, this combination is a proven classic hot rod setup, offering dependable performance, easy maintenance, and a strong aftermarket support network. Power is delivered through a turbo 350 automatic transmission paired with a 1957 Chevrolet rear differential featuring highway gearing. This setup suggests the truck is not only capable around town, but also comfortable for longer distance cruising, which is important for a heavier, utility-based body style like a panel truck. The seller highlights several modern and usability-focused upgrades, including a tilt steering column, overhead console with a backup camera screen, seat belts, and a third brake light. In my view, these additions show a thoughtful approach to blending classic styling with practical safety and convenience features. Inside, the truck features a gray button-tufted vinyl interior, which gives it a custom, retro-inspired look that matches the street rod character of the build. The cargo area is described as functional and spacious, even allowing the owner to transport mobility equipment along with other items, which adds a real-world usability factor that many classic vehicles lack. Visually, the purple exterior paint combined with Craigar SS wheels and knockoff caps gives the truck a strong 1980s-style street rod identity. It maintains a nostalgic hot rod feel while still standing out at shows and cruise events. Overall, if the seller's description is accurate, this 1933 Ford panel truck represents a well-preserved and usable vintage street rod with both show history and practical functionality. It offers classic Ford commercial styling combined with reliable Chevrolet V8 power, making it a distinctive and versatile collector vehicle that can still be enjoyed regularly on the road. Number 9. This 1937 Chevrolet Coupe Hot Rod, currently listed at $26,937 in Rochester, Massachusetts, is a clean and traditionally styled street rod that blends classic pre-war Chevrolet design with simple, reliable small block Chevy performance upgrades. According to the seller, the car features a solid body with no patches and retains its original floors, which is an important detail for a vehicle of this era. It suggests that the foundation of the build is structurally sound and has not required extensive rust repair, something that can often add significant cost and complexity to similar projects. Power comes from a mild 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission. This combination is widely respected in the hot rod community for its durability, ease of maintenance, and strong aftermarket support. While not extreme in terms of horsepower, it provides a dependable and smooth driving experience that is well suited for cruising and casual street use. In my opinion, one of the most appealing aspects of this build is its simplicity. Unlike heavily modified or highly customized show cars, this 1937 Chevy appears to focus on straightforward performance and drivability rather than excessive complexity. That often makes a big difference in long-term ownership satisfaction, especially for enthusiasts who prefer reliability over high-strung performance setups. The vehicle also features a straight axle front suspension, disc brakes, and an aluminum radiator, all of which contribute to improved cooling, handling, and stopping performance compared to the original factory configuration. These upgrades are fairly common in traditional hot rod builds and help modernize the driving experience without taking away the classic appearance. The exterior is finished in black with a gray interior, giving it a clean and understated hot rod look. In my view, This color combination works particularly well with the 1937 Chevrolet coupe body style, emphasizing its long fenders and flowing pre-war lines without overwhelming the design. The listing also notes approximately 16,300 miles, which likely reflects usage since the build or restoration. While this number should always be verified, it does suggest that the car has been driven enough to prove its reliability on the road rather than being a static showpiece. Overall, if the description is accurate, this 1937 Chevrolet coupe hot rod appears to be a well-sorted, traditional-style street rod that emphasizes solid construction, proven small-block Chevy power, and practical upgrades. It is the kind of classic that offers an enjoyable driving experience without unnecessary complication, making it appealing for both weekend cruising and local car shows. Number 10. This 1934 Chevrolet three-window coupe, currently listed at $54,900 at a dealership in Fraser, Michigan, is a fully built high-end street rod that combines iconic pre-war styling with extensive modern performance, comfort, and custom fabrication upgrades. In my opinion, what immediately sets this vehicle apart is the level of detail and completeness in its build. This is not a partial project or lightly modified classic. It is a fully engineered custom coupe designed to be a turnkey cruiser, with nearly every major system upgraded or modernized for usability, safety, and long-distance driving. Power comes from a 350 cubic inch Chevrolet V8 engine, paired with an automatic transmission. This proven drivetrain combination is widely used in the street rod world due to its reliability, strong aftermarket support, and smooth drivability. Supporting modifications such as an Edelbrock intake, Brawler carburetor, heat ignition system, chrome alternator, and dual exhaust system indicate that the engine setup is both performance-oriented and visually detailed for show-quality presentation. From a chassis and handling perspective, the car has been significantly upgraded with a Mustang 2 front end, rack and pinion steering, coilover adjustable shocks, and front power disc brakes. In my view, these modifications transform the driving experience completely compared to the original 1930 suspension, making the car far more stable, responsive, and comfortable at modern road speeds. Comfort and convenience features are also a major highlight. The car includes air conditioning, power windows, power remote doors and trunk, tilt steering, a custom overhead console with radio, and a fully finished interior with reclining bucket seats. From a practical standpoint, these upgrades place the vehicle much closer to a modern luxury cruiser than a traditional classic car. The exterior design is equally impressive, featuring a pearl paint finish with custom accent graphics, billet aluminum trim, chrome bumpers, and large chrome headlights. The body construction combines fiberglass with steel components, and the seller notes there are no stress cracks, which is an important detail in high-quality custom builds. Additional features such as staggered aluminum American torque thrust wheels, radial tires, a finished trunk, LED lighting, and a third brake light further emphasize that this car was built with both style and road safety in mind. In my opinion, these details show a well-thought-out balance between traditional hot rod aesthetics and modern driving expectations. The seller states that it is a Kiriti Cruise vehicle and emphasizes that it would be difficult to replicate this build at the asking price. Considering the level of craftsmanship, component quality, and completeness, that assessment appears reasonable within the custom car market. Overall, this 1934 Chevrolet three-window coupe represents a high-end, professionally built street rod that offers a strong combination of performance, comfort, and show-quality appearance. At $54,900, it sits in the premium range of turnkey custom classics, making it an appealing option for buyers seeking a fully finished hot rod that is ready for immediate enjoyment on the road or at car shows. Number 11. This 1931 Chevrolet, currently listed at $13,000 in Mocksville, North Carolina, is a preserved early 1930s American classic that remains in original style condition, offering a simple and authentic driving experience from the early era of Chevrolet automotive history. According to the seller, this vehicle is described as original and is reported to run and drive as it should. It is equipped with a manual transmission and retains a traditional mechanical setup consistent with early 1930s Chevrolet engineering. The car is also stated to have no rust anywhere, which is an especially important detail for a vehicle of this age. In my opinion, the most interesting aspect of this 1931 Chevrolet is its originality and simplicity. Unlike heavily modified hot rods or restomods, this example appears to focus on preserving the factory-style driving experience. Vehicles from this era were built with straightforward mechanical systems, which makes them easier to understand and maintain compared to more modern classics, even though they lack today's performance and comfort features. The seller also notes that the car runs and drives as intended, which suggests it is usable in its current condition. While no additional modifications or upgrades are mentioned, this type of vehicle is often appreciated by collectors who value historical authenticity over performance enhancements. Personally, I think the 1931 Chevrolet represents an important early period in American automotive development. Cars from this era reflect a time when manufacturers were transitioning toward more refined and practical passenger vehicles, while still maintaining very mechanical, driver-involved characteristics. Its tan exterior and gray interior further reinforce its period-correct, understated appearance. For enthusiasts interested in early pre-war Chevrolet ownership, this example offers an accessible entry point. At $13,000, it presents a relatively affordable opportunity to own a nearly original 1931 vehicle that can still be driven and enjoyed without immediately requiring a full restoration. Number 12. In my opinion, this 1941 Cadillac convertible, currently listed at $39,500 in Asbury Park, New Jersey, is a highly desirable pre-war luxury classic that combines elegant American styling, partial restoration work, and a bit of cultural history tied to its appearance in the 1992 film Malcolm X starring Denzel Washington. According to the seller, the car is mostly original with some restoration work completed and is reported to be in good condition overall. It shows 14,569 miles and is described as running very well, suggesting that it has been maintained in a way that keeps it roadworthy while preserving much of its original character. In my view, that balance between originality and restoration is often what makes pre-war Cadillacs especially appealing to collectors. From my perspective, the biggest attraction of this vehicle is its identity as a 1941 Cadillac convertible. Cadillac in this era represented the height of American luxury automotive design, featuring long flowing body lines, refined proportions, and a strong road presence that still stands out today. The off-white exterior paired with a red interior further enhances the classic luxury aesthetic, giving it a striking and elegant visual contrast that fits the period very well. The seller also highlights the car's appearance in the film Malcolm X, which adds an extra layer of historical and pop culture interest. While movie history does not necessarily affect mechanical value, it can increase emotional appeal and desirability among collectors who appreciate unique provenance or documented screen appearances. From a usability standpoint, the car is described as running like a dream, which suggests it is currently enjoyable as a driver rather than requiring immediate mechanical attention. However, as with any vehicle from the early 1940s, especially a luxury convertible, long-term maintenance and careful inspection of mechanical systems, such as brakes, suspension, and structural integrity, remain important considerations. The seller also notes that the asking price is significantly lower than fully restored examples on the market, positioning this Cadillac as a more accessible entry point into high-end pre-war luxury ownership. In my opinion, that pricing strategy is aimed at attracting buyers who want prestige and style without paying top-tier Concours restoration prices. Overall, I believe this 1941 Cadillac convertible represents a strong combination of elegance, historical significance, and usable classic car appeal. With its Cadillac heritage, partial restoration, movie appearance, and attractive color combination, it stands out as a compelling option for enthusiasts who want a vintage luxury convertible that still offers driving enjoyment and visual impact at a relatively reasonable price point. Number 13. This 1937 Plymouth Deluxe Coupe, currently listed at $42,000 in Roscommon, Michigan, is a fully built all-steel Mopar street rod that blends classic pre-war styling with later-model Chrysler performance components and modern comfort upgrades. According to the seller, the car is powered by a 340 cubic inch Mopar V8 engine equipped with a 4-barrel carburetor, paired with a 904 automatic transmission. In my opinion, this drivetrain combination is a strong and reliable setup for a street rod, offering solid performance while still maintaining the all-Mopar identity that many enthusiasts value in a build like this. The rear end is sourced from a Dodge Duster, which is a common and practical upgrade for improved durability and road performance. Combined with power steering and power brakes, this setup suggests the car was built with drivability and ease of use in mind rather than strict originality. The seller also notes that the vehicle is equipped with vintage air conditioning and heating, which significantly improves comfort and makes the car more suitable for longer drives and seasonal use. In my view, these types of upgrades are what truly transform a classic car into a usable modern cruiser while still preserving its vintage appearance. From a presentation standpoint, the car is described as an all-steel body that has been featured in Cruisin' News magazine and has won multiple shows. This indicates that the build has been well received in the enthusiast community and has likely undergone a high level of finishing work and attention to detail. The vehicle has reportedly been kept in a heated garage and shows only around 18,000 miles, suggesting limited use since completion and careful long-term storage. While mileage on custom builds can sometimes be difficult to verify, the overall presentation points toward a well-maintained, show-quality street rod. What stands out to me is the balance between Mopar performance and classic Plymouth styling. Unlike many street rods that rely on Chevrolet engines, this build maintains a full Chrysler-based drivetrain, which gives it a more authentic identity within the Mopar enthusiast world. Overall, if the seller's description is accurate, this 1937 Plymouth Deluxe coupe represents a high-quality, show-winning street rod that combines vintage pre-war design with strong Mopar V8 power and modern comfort features. It appears to be a well-sorted and visually striking classic that is equally suited for shows, cruises, or weekend driving enjoyment. Number 14. This 1937 Ford Street Rod, currently listed at $39,995 in Hamburg, New York, is a professionally built, ground-up restomod that combines classic pre-war Ford styling with a fully modernized chassis, drivetrain, and comfort-focused upgrades. According to the seller, the car has been driven approximately 8,200 miles since completion and is built on a TCI frame with an all-steel body, except for the rear fenders. Power comes from a 350 cubic inch Chevrolet V8 paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission and triple carburetor setup, 3 deuces, giving it a traditional hot rod personality with dependable small block Chevy performance. In my opinion, what makes this build stand out is how complete and well integrated the modifications are. Rather than a partial restoration, this appears to be a fully re-engineered street rod designed for modern driving comfort and reliability while maintaining a classic 1930s Ford appearance. The chassis and suspension upgrades are a major highlight. It features a Mustang 2 front suspension, rear leaf springs, and a Ford 9-inch rear end, all of which significantly improve handling, stability, and parts availability. Combined with power steering and front disc brakes, this car is clearly built to be driven with confidence rather than simply displayed. The comfort and convenience features are also impressive. Vintage air conditioning and heat, cruise control, a tilt steering column from Idiot, and painless wiring all suggest a well-thought-out build focused on usability. In my view, these upgrades make a big difference in real-world enjoyment, especially for longer drives or summer cruising. The interior and instrumentation have also been modernized with custom gauges from Classic Industries, along with LED headlights and updated 17-inch American racing wheels wrapped in new tires. These details not only improve functionality, but also give the car a clean, updated street rod look. From a design perspective, the blue exterior with a white interior offers a sharp contrast that highlights the iconic curves of the 1937 Ford body. The overall stance, wheel choice, and proportions give it a balanced and aggressive street presence without losing its vintage identity. Overall, if the build quality is as described, this 1937 Ford Street Rod appears to be a well-executed, fully modernized classic that offers strong reliability, comfortable driving features, and traditional hot rod character. It is the kind of vehicle that can be enjoyed regularly, thanks to its combination of upgraded engineering and timeless American design. Number 15. This 1940 Chevrolet sedan, currently listed at $1,750 in Columbia, Kentucky, is a vintage American classic that is being offered as a budget-friendly project car, with potential appeal primarily for rat rod builders or custom restoration enthusiasts. In my opinion, what makes this listing interesting is its simplicity and honest presentation. The seller does not attempt to overstate its condition or value. Instead, the vehicle is straightforwardly described as a good rat rod candidate, which immediately signals the intended direction for the build rather than a factory-correct restoration. According to the listing, the car has approximately 80,000 miles and comes with an automatic transmission. While no detailed mechanical condition is provided, the emphasis is clearly on its use as a foundation for a custom build rather than a ready-to-drive vehicle. From a practical standpoint, this kind of car typically attracts buyers who are looking for a solid body and frame to modify, rather than those seeking originality or immediate drivability. The exterior is described simply as red, though no additional details about paint quality or interior condition are provided. In my view, this suggests that the car is likely in aged or unfinished cosmetic condition, which is common for vehicles in this price range and category. Vehicles like this 1940 Chevrolet often appeal to builders in the rat rod and traditional hot rod community, where originality is less important than character, patina, and the ability to creatively modify the platform. The older Chevrolet body style also provides a strong foundation for custom fabrication, thanks to its recognizable pre-war design and solid steel construction. Overall, this 1940 Chevrolet sedan represents a low-cost entry point into classic car ownership, particularly for someone interested in building a rat rod or custom project from the ground up. At $1,750, it is not a finished or road-ready vehicle, but rather a raw starting point with historical character and significant customization potential for the right builder.